So Blockbuster was a store where you could rent videos and video games. I mean, that's cool. Good for Blockbuster. Killing in Alaska.
The last one.
So we would rent the PlayStation. The very first time we did it, we had the game Twisted Metal, which to this day is one of my favorite franchises, and me and my brothers played the game literally all night until the sun came up. It was so much fun.
Mine too actually has to do with the Blockbuster. My fondest memory is like being in maybe 4th or 5th grade and winning a Mortal Kombat tournament at Blockbuster. And yeah, that's a fond memory of mine. Though Mortal Kombat.
What happened?
I don't know. Things got more difficult. Sorry?
It's like a red box, but you can walk into it.
It's like a West Coast video. Have you ever watched
It's like a red box and there was a whole store inside.
It's like Netflix, but made of bricks. Net bricks. I like that.
My most cherished video game memory is actually what wound up getting me my first career. For those of you who don't know, my first career was professional dancer. I used to go to the store, this store called Gamery and Hobbies. It was a super independent store, and the owner, Nam Kim, was like a Taekwondo master. So every once in a while, he would lock the store at night and let me hang in and test out all the Japanese games that may or may not come to the U.S. And that's how I met my mentors and wound up becoming a professional dancer. So, did I play Mother 3?
Yes.
No.
Oh, that's so sad.
He just wants to break your heart.
This might sound like a cop-out answer, but it's really not. Like, honestly, this really is one of the most cherished video game moments I have. Because we've all gone to that situation where you're playing video games with your friends and everyone's giving you a hard time because you're not doing the best. And then all of a sudden, you know, you just become the goddamn Mr. Platinum. It was so funny. It was just because no one saw it coming, and the salt that came from that side of the road.
What are you talking about?
It was so funny.
I mean, also that animated was amazing. Animation for that was
Do you guys like animated stuff?
Yes, or animated. No, but we should do that. Mine is, I've talked about before, it's Final Fantasy VII. There's this monster called Emerald Weapon. And he's tougher than Sephiroth. He's like this borderline unkillable. You have to be level up all the way to even attempt this monster. And I ran into him by accident before I'd even beat the game. And like no one I knew had beaten him without beating the game. But my sub accidentally ran into him. And this huge looming monster comes on the screen. And I had Kate Sith, who everyone I talked to was like, why do you use that thing? It's a stuffed animal. And that's literally what it was. It's a stuffed animal that went around with the group. But he had this one attack that spun a wheel, and it came up all skulls and insta-murdered like the worst character in the game. Like 1 in 10,000.
Yeah,
it
was like winning the lottery. It felt so good. No, I've never seen it before. Yeah, like in all my playing the game, he never insta-killed anyone for me. I'm like, what does all skulls mean? Do I lose? And then the other guy just disappears, and I'm like, oh.
By the way, guys, if you are an animator or an aspiring animator, animate at Smosh.com if you want to animate.
Send us your stuff, we will 100% use it, I promise. We're looking for awesome people that want to like do more stuff with, and we're using the animated show as kind of a way to elevate people that want to learn how to animate or be an animator, to give them basically a show on our channel. So we want to do it with you guys if you want to animate.
One of my most cherished video game memories actually is of me and my brother. We grew up together and we were constantly playing games back and forth, and he's one of the reasons why I'm even remotely good at video games.
because him and I would go back and forth, and I remember just playing Halo. And we had one of the 16-player LAN setups in our basement back before you could play online. I know, crazy, right? So we had a ton of friends over, mostly my brother's friends.
That required 4 Xboxes.
It did require 4 Xboxes and 4 TVs. And for one game, just one, they let my brother and I be on the same team. And it was us 2 versus 14 people. And we completely decimated them. They got 1 kill. And we were so happy and proud. And my brother and I didn't get along the best back then. But that was like, we were like, oh my god, I can't believe we just did that. And I have so many good memories with my brother playing video games from growing up, and that sticks out as one of the big ones in my mind.
Thank you, Nick Durden.
Thank you.
Up here we have a question. Hi.
Hi, I'm Julia.
Hi, Julia.
I just want to say I love your videos, and I came all the way from Wisconsin to meet you guys.
Welcome.
And I was wondering, how do you guys come up with the punishments for game banning?
Oh.
We have a dartboard. No.
We take a word and then add something bad to it.
How do we explain this, guys? I mean, honestly, we try to back it into some half and half, right? Sometimes it's the game and what would be a funny punishment. Like, what was the...
We just take whatever game we're playing, we sit in a room with each other, we take whatever game we're playing, and we try to think of something that plays on the name of the game or what you have to do in the game or something like that. And then it's usually something that they pick what I don't want to do.
All mousetraps all the time.
They're not explaining it right. See, there's a master list of all our fears.
That I control.
We go to the list, and we find one that kind of has something to do with the game, and then we put it in there.
So look out for Cockroach Simulator 2016, where we eat them.
Also, stink bugs.
But they're chocolate, they're not real though. They're all chocolate. Cockroaches.
Well, no, they sell the candy bugs, the real bugs.
They're not real bugs though, just candy shaped like a bug.
Crickets are delicious.
Yeah. That kind of answers it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, in the back we have, we're running out of time because somebody couldn't figure out the AV setup, Wes. So, hi, in the back, what's your name?
My name's Amaya.
Hi, Amaya.
So I want to know what's your favorite, game banning punishment? Who is it from, and did you feel bad for them, or were you just laughing?
We never feel bad for each other. We deserve it.
Can I switch it to cage match? Because when I got to shoot Joven with a paintball gun, memories of my entire life.
That was actually the first appearance of Wes on the channel, I believe, right?
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
That's where he shot me.
Because he
Oh yeah, the paintball one.
Because obviously Wes being the master of defense that he is, we went to him, he was Wes the editor, so we were in the video, and he said, hey, you have a paintball gun, why don't you use this? And literally, I disappeared for like 5 seconds. We set like this area, I come back, and just Wes like walks up to me like this, he's like, we cannot do this!
So
I didn't have the right Allen wrench for your gun.
So my paintball gun at the time was shooting about 425, and we had so 425.
The paintball tore through a pillow when he shot.
It literally shot through a pillow.
Wait, okay, that's easy. It shot through pillow, I believe the second pillow, through the backdrop that we had and hit the wall.
And this is a paintball, so it's made to break. It had so much force that it didn't break, it just went through everything and then hit, and I was like, Joven, this will probably kill you. And he was just like, I don't care, let's do it. And I'm like, no.
We ended up getting it down to what, like 325?
I think we got it down to like 275, and people in the comments were like, that didn't look like it hurt. I'm like, I'm literally like, we're like 8 feet away from him. This hurts so much.
I think the worst I ever felt about a punishment was probably Ghost Ship. Not because it was haunted and we saw a bunch of spooky ghosts, but because in the midst of all of us waiting to shoot in this spooky ghost ship,
So there was a piggyback ride.
there was a piggyback ride.
And
There was a race.
I was on Mari's back for some reason. And Wes, I think Lasercorn
Lasercorn and I won the race.
So anyway, after we won,
That's incorrect.
in the midst of our celebration, Mari may have fell over and broken her tooth.
Mari went forward, Sohinki went forward, and he is a very balanced man, if you've ever seen him.
Yes.
And she went face first into the cement and chipped her throat.
I didn't actually know what happened. I fell off and I looked back, and then Mari's sitting there, and then she looks down and picks up what just looked to me like a white piece of something, and then I was like, what is that? And she opened her mouth and she just looked like the...
Lloyd. She looked like Lloyd from She is.
It was pretty hilarious.
She didn't even cry. I was
Well, the most upset you got was like, you weren't upset that you chipped your tooth, you were like, we're going to Comic-Con in a week.
To the day after. You know, if it didn't hurt, I would have just rocked it for Comic-Con, but it kind of was like hurting. But I talked like Mike Tyson, which I thought was adorable.
Ryan Mari Takahashi.
Yeah, but you know, if you're curious, that picture's somewhere on my Instagram. I have big teeth and like half of it was gone, so it was cool. It was cool times.
All right, we have time for one last question. I'm sorry, we ran out of time.
John and Matt came all the way from Australia. They're in the back.
Australia? I mean, you came all the way here. We gotta hear your question.
Yeah.
We're trying to do easy too. I promise we'll try, depending how fast this is.
Okay, I love the smack talk that you guys talk to each other, so I want you each to pick one person on the panel and tell us what you admire about them.
I love your voice.
You know what? Hold on. Because this is the thing that actually this is pretty recent. Sohinki I admire because he is very skilled. And I have a lot of honor where there's certain things I won't do because I don't want to. He challenges me, and he's been challenging. We've been friends like for a while, and even like back when we used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So he knows how to break a game or figure out what works, and he's not afraid to do it. And as much as it enrages me, if it gets done to me, I learn from it, and then I prosper and benefit from it.
I'm really cheesy when I play that. I admire Joven a lot. I think that... I think out of anyone on the channel, he just has the best attitude about doing punishments and... No, straight up. Like, you guys see the Jovenshire stuff, but like, he is so down to just do anything.
Yeah.
Like, we come up with these horrible punishments, and he knows, like, based on the game we're playing, that it'll probably be him, and he's just so, like, behind the scenes, what you guys don't see is, like, he's so just down to do it, and I really admire that guy.
Unless he gets sticky. Joven hates getting sticky, so I go out of my way to make sure we try to get that.
If you remember the loop wrestling between Mari and I,
Joven wasn't even part of the punishment. He was not even able to do it.
but I can say I definitely admire Mari. You know, she's and being for as tiny as she is, and she's so fierce. Like she takes. No one is gonna give Mari crap. She doesn't take it. She's just like, okay, whatever, and then like, just brushes people off. And I think that's just awesome. If Mari had her choice, she would be like a 6'9" giant man, and I feel like that's almost her personality too. She's like, I don't care about you, whatever.
No, she's straight up the toughest chick I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Lasercorn has nothing nice to say about it.
Sorry, I thought we were going to Mari because she was. No, I can go. Yeah, I admire FLitZ because he is one of the most vicious fighting game masters you've ever seen. And that type of game to me takes a lot of skill and a lot of timing and like reflexes to master. And we've been talking about doing a fighting game show forever. We're going to get to it one day, but you will really get to see exactly what I'm talking about. And if you go back and watch the old Mortal Kombat stuff and videos like that, he is just dominant, and that kind of skill impresses me.
FLiTZ's only downfall when it comes to fighting games is actually trying to do what is good versus like me just spamming stuff.
FLitZ has honor in fighting games. things, and it's just one of those things. He's like, I refuse to do this even though I would win, and it's just like, and it's very interesting to me. It's just like, but I'm gonna do it because I don't know how to fight in games, and I'm just gonna push the X button.
We call Wes's technique when he plays fighting games the massage.
I massage the heck. I'm just doing this.
Like this.
I'm killing things.
I will never forget FLitZ's Hermac, and I remember Joven yelling at me, it's like, freeze him, block him, do something! And I'm like, I can't, I'm upside down, and he's punching me in the face.
Gosh, this is hard just picking one person because I admire each and every one of these people.
Calm down, pick one.
Including Matt. But I gotta say Lasercorn. Because as you know, as much of a wild card he is and as much of an insane maniac he can be on the channel, he's got such a soft side.
He is. He's actually amazingly loyal and honorable.
Amazingly loving, and he's a daddy corn.
I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, I'm sure he was panicked on the inside, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone less panicked about having a kid. And like, he just took to being a dad, I think, so well. So.
Sohinki's one of the best speakers that I think we have on this team. Seriously, if you catch him in an interview or even while he's casting, he's one of the best speakers. Wes is one of the most genuine people that I know. On and off camera, it's always the same. FLitZ is one of my best friends, known him for the longest time. Actually, let's not forget Matt Raub, one of the most patient.
You are all our senpais, so sorry.
With Lasercorn, I said on panels, and I think some of you have heard me say this before, but I honestly think that Lasercorn is one of the funniest people on the channel, even the possible thing, like, it's brilliant, it's just funny. And with Mari, I have to say, and I tweeted this, and I think this was the most honest tweet I've ever had. It was after the Loop Wrestling, is that there is no other female YouTuber that thinks like she does, or acts like she does. Seriously, it might be a little unbalanced when it comes to male-female, if you see that kind of thing. And we thought about having more females on there, and we can't, because no one is just game like she is. The jokes that we make, the situations that we put her in. We literally wrestled each other in Loop. Who else is going to say yes to that? This is
Keep up with that. It's really weird.
But, and I say this not only because I'm a part of it, but because I've seen everyone else out there. You were looking at the best damn group of people on this stage right now.